In baseball, it's the Wild West, and especially this deferred. See, teams like the Dodgers, they have to pay a penalty for going over a certain salary threshold. They don't care because they get all the cable money from Los Angeles. New York has a big advantage, the Yankees and the Mets, with their own cable companies. So teams like the Mariners are making peanuts from Root Sports compared to others. So let's get a salary cap in there so this insanity comes to an end. But Ohtani, he hit the hardest home run I've ever seen. I saw him in Seattle. The pop from that ball, and it went into the fourth deck. I've never seen that. So he is a special player. But I love the guy complaining, oh, we never win. You won the World Series 3 years ago. I think the Mariners would not mind that. So, anywho, that's all I have to say about that. I have your weather coming up as well. That's coming up.
Plus, the defense for a former Pasco police officer accused of murder is arguing that there are other suspects the police should be looking for. And a major upgrade for the Yakima Nation's Justice Center. We'll give you a look inside. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Well, good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Hey, it's 6 o'clock and 10 seconds right now. I know folks didn't think I'd stop talking about baseball.
No, you had a very passionate explanation.
Well, people who complain who've won a World Series in the last decade, even the last 20 years, just go off.
Well, the Cubs
Leave.
went more than 100 years.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that one because people went to their parents' graves to celebrate that World Series. I mean, that's how much it means.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, let's get to weather. It's Friday. It is your weekend. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Look outside. We have some nice conditions through many of our areas. You're going to see some stars as you get out the door. I saw plenty of. I got to see Orion, my favorite constellation, this morning, Riley. I was a big fan of that. But some of our areas do not. 20% visibility in Walla Walla, 0% visibility in Pendleton, and we'd have patchy fog in other areas. So give yourself some extra time, especially along the Blue Mountain region. So our highs today, we are going to be seeing lower 40s, upper 30s, and partly cloudy skies. We're going to see some sunshine today unless that fog does not break. Maybe a touch more cloud coverage as the day goes on. But we expect to see some sunshine into tomorrow, into Sunday as well, depending on that fog. Now, we do expect more fog, especially mid-Columbia, Blue Mountain region through the weekend. So more fog this weekend, most likely. Some sunshine today and air stagnation for Ellensburg and Yakima areas. I'll get you ready for all of that. My first alert weather forecast. No more baseball talk, I promise. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
There have been new developments regarding the future of the Moscow home where 4 University of Idaho students were found murdered in November of last year. In 2 weeks, construction crews will begin demolition on the house while students remain on Christmas break.
I think each significant event that happens is one further step toward healing. It's a long road, not only for the university and for our students, but most certainly for those families.
Brian Koberger remains the primary suspect charged in the murders. His defense team showed up at the house yesterday to gather photos, measurements, and drone footage of the area to prepare for the trial, in which Koberger faces the death penalty. The defense for Richard Aguirre, a former Pasco police officer accused of killing a Spokane woman in 1986, has taken over his retrial. Aguirre's attorneys argue that someone other than their client had something to do with Ruby Doss's murder. We'll not be using that person's name since they have not been charged with this crime. Doss was a sex worker whose body was found in a vacant lot in East Spokane. 2 former Spokane police officers were called on by the defense as witnesses. Both officers were called to question other sex workers after Doss's death. Those workers said Doss had recently upset another sex worker and her pimp after reporting her to the police. The defense focused on the pimp.
Did you consider a person of interest in this case?
Yes.
When you turned that information over to the detectives on the case, did you assume that they would follow up?
Yes.
Another officer's testimony said he had learned the sex worker and her pimp left town shortly after Doss's death. The trial is expected to last through early next week. On Wednesday, the Walla Walla Regional Drug and Gang Task Force and the Walla Walla Police Department Career Criminal Apprehension Team performed a search warrant in a house on the 1200 block of Hobson Street. A 34-year-old man was arrested for delivering controlled substances and using a building for drug purposes. Inside the house, detectives found 2,600 fentanyl pills, 7 ounces of fentanyl powder, 15 grams of heroin, and more than 100 Xanax pills, almost 30 grams of meth, 9 guns, and $3,300 in cash. We're taking an in-depth look at major changes coming for Richland's downtown corridor. The Department of Transportation is sending over $11 million to Richland to improve safety for drivers, pedestrians, and bicyclists. Currently, there's a lot of traffic and not a lot of sidewalk space along George Washington Way. With the Tri-Cities population growing, the city had to find a way to give everyone a little more room to move in a space where they really can't make the road itself any wider. Their solution? Turning George Washington Way and Jadwin Avenue into one-way streets.
We studied it intensely in 2019, and the City Council made a decision to go this direction. That started the process of doing a little bit more design work and then hunting for funds to put it together. We've scheduled to go to construction in early 25, so we're spending next year finishing all the design, accumulating the final bits of money we need, and the idea is to launch it in 25.
The city is going to have information sessions before work begins, and if everything goes according to plan, you can expect to start seeing those detailed info sessions coming up next year. 15 months and $13 million later, construction on the Yakima Nation Multipurpose Justice Center is finally complete. Dozens of federal, state, tribal, county, city, and community leaders celebrated at yesterday's event. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Adele was on hand and got a sneak peek inside the new building.
It's actually 3 facilities that have been built onto the existing jail. That includes a brand new police station, a brand new Justice Services Administration office, and a brand new courthouse, now all located in the same space. It's a dream that's been years in the making, and one Yakima Tribal Council Law and Order Committee Chairman Jeremy Takala says they desperately need it.
Through our court system, we were having issues with, summer hot weather where the heat and air, the air system wasn't functioning properly. We had water and sewer issues. We were very limited on office space.
Now they have brand new, up-to-date facilities they say will make the criminal justice process more efficient.
We have additional courtrooms. We have additional office space for our clerks. We have additional space for public safety. We have additional space for the JSA, the Justice Service Administrator.
But it's not over yet.
We still have work to do where, we need additional correction facilities or cells, juvenile detention facility or detox, and of course, it relates to rehabilitation, having wraparound services ready, available.
And a bigger police force.
We need at least, I mentioned 76 officers based on FBI standards to patrol the 1.4 million plus acres that, our officers have jurisdiction over. It's tribal members.
Right now, they have just 20 patrol officers and 10 game wardens. 9 new recruits are incoming, but they need more.
I feel there is interest for our tribal members to become an officer. It's just we need to give them, a competitive wage and also benefits because it's a dangerous job.
They're still working on getting some parts of the building done, but they're hoping to move in soon. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
We are getting ready for your weekend, and we expect to see some interesting conditions on the way today. Some fog, some sun, and possibly some air stagnation. I'll get you ready for that in my First Alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, the holiday season comes with an increased risk of house fires. We'll give you a few ways to make sure your home is protected coming up next.
Police say the 16-year-old shot both of his parents.
Now,
inside the courtroom and the shocking new evidence.
You gotta be kidding me. Whose blood is this?
All-American Murder 2020, tonight on ABC.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
ProClean Auto Detail Systems is fully staffed and here for you. We are taking extra precaution by offering free pickup and drop-off of your vehicle. Harsh winter conditions can be harmful to your vehicle's paint. Help protect it with a coat of winter wax. Take your interior clean to the next level with BioPledge antimicrobial protection. Gift certificates are good for all our services, including details, starting at just $125. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday season. ProClean Auto Detail Systems, the future of auto detailing.
'Tis the season for big mattress savings during the year-end inventory reduction sale at Walker's.
Find your comfort on a new Beautyrest Black Hybrid or save big on Hot Buy mattresses. Plus save 25% on Beautyrest Harmony year-end model close-ups. And say yes to no money down. No minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years.
Plus, get $300 of additional free furniture with qualifying mattress purchases, making it a season to remember during the year-end sale at Walker's.
The chill of winter has always been warmed by the glow of tradition, which sometimes starts as a simple gift that is then passed from generation to generation. The holiday season gives us just one more reason to find joy in the little things. And as years fly by, we realize the true gift is actually in the time we get to share together. This season, as past gifts turn into today's treasures, here's to creating that one more cherished moment with the ones you love. Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, celebrating tradition since 1905.
Next ET, we're in London with Jason Momoa talking Aquaman's return and possible end.
It's not looking too good.
Plus, only ETs with Dick Van Dyke at his star-studded tribute.
I'll never forget it.
Next ET.
Snowshoeing on Fly the Northwest. KapKVU Local News at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back, everyone, on this Friday morning. Well, Christmas is less than 2 weeks away, and many people are decking the halls in preparation for the big day. But with all these extra decorations comes with an increased fire risk. Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling spoke with the Pasco Fire Department's Ben Shearer about how to keep the festivities from going up in flames.
It's a beautiful time of year as people usher in the holidays with trees, lights, and decorations. But if you're not careful, all that holiday cheer could become hazardous.
When you're heating your home and then you bring in all this stuff that's very flammable into your home, bad things can happen sometimes.
Ensuring a safe season begins when you're shopping for that perfect Christmas tree.
I'm going to give this tree a little shake. It's outside, so it's dripping water on us. That's a good thing. But we didn't have a big cascade falling of needles. So that tells me this tree's not already stressed, and that's a good sign.
Ben Shearer with the City of Pasco Fire Department says start by selecting a healthy tree. Then make sure you cut a couple inches off the trunk and get it in some water.
If you don't let that happen, that tree's going to dry out very quickly, and then you're going to end up with a torch in the corner of your living room.
Keep the tree at least 3 feet away from heating sources and make sure anything going on the tree is safe to use.
We like to decorate our tree with lots of different things, so we use paper rings, strings of popcorn. All those things can be very flammable.
Strings of lights should come with a UL certification, and Shearer says it's important to check if they are for indoor or outdoor use before using them in any particular location. If a tree does catch fire, it can go up in flames in a few minutes or less.
You can reach 1,500 degrees in your house by a single tree, Christmas tree fire, whether it's real or artificial.
But it's not just trees that can be an issue. Fires caused by candles and cooking are more common this time of year.
Anytime you're cooking on the stovetop, stay in the kitchen. If you can't stay in there, make sure you have a timer with you so you remind yourself to go back and check that often.
And as an added precaution, it's a good time of year to make sure your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms are working so you can respond to the danger quickly should a fire threaten to steal your holiday spirit.
And if you do have a real tree, you'll want to dispose of it before the needles dry up after the holidays. Well, coming up, a major pre-holiday storm is threatening to disrupt travel plans for millions of Americans. Will it affect you? We'll let you know in my First Alert weather forecast coming right up. That is next. I'm going to get you ready for your weekend. Fog, sun, stagnant air. That's all on deck for our weekend. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
It's the holiday sale at Furniture Row, so there's no better time to shop the largest selection of sofas, tables, beds, and accessories. And best of all, everything is on sale. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. The holiday sale, only at Furniture Row.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So you know, this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well, anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates. That's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
The buying season never ends at Broadmoor RV Superstore. Make this holiday one to remember with a new motorhome, travel trailer, or fifth wheel. Broadmoor RV continues to close out the 2023s to make room for the 24s. Your destination store in Pasco has the top brands in the industry, including Jayco, Montana Fifth Wheels, Coachman, Northwood, and Outdoors RV. Visit our huge campus and let us help you make memories for a lifetime this holiday season. Broadmoor RV Superstore, family owned and operated in Pasco.
Indulge in Legends Casino's Seafood Buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Happy holidays from Queensgate Gardens. With family in town, it's time to decorate your tree. Visit Queensgate Gardens today to build your own Christmas ornaments. Tell Santa Claus what's on your list and create holiday memories that will last forever. For this season's holiday cheer, visit Queensgate Gardens.
It's the holiday sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, everything is on sale. Like the Queen Size Summit, now only $332.49. Get a $300 gift when you purchase a Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. The holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now Prime Time. It's all Monday night.
Next Live.
Yeah, it's about to get really ugly up in here.
Live's holiday sweater party with Elizabeth Banks from Migration. Plus, Catherine McPhee performs.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We've made it to the weekend and we've made it to my goodness, December. It is rolling towards Christmas, isn't it? So we are looking at mostly clear skies out there for some of our areas. That means we're seeing starshine, but we also are seeing thick fog along the blues. I don't know why the government hasn't called a dense fog advisory for this morning. So, hey, government, come on, you could do that. But besides that, we have 0 visibility in the Pendleton area, 10% visibility in Walla Walla, and hampered visibility in our other cities. So keep an eye out for that. Give yourself some extra time along the blues. Air stagnation advisory, Ellensburg, Yakima, Toppenish areas. That's until 10 a.m. on Monday. So that gives you an idea of we're not going to have much fresh air coming in for the next couple of days. We haven't seen it for the past week, and it's finally starting to accumulate in not great air quality. We're seeing moderate air quality right now, finally getting into our areas. Not great news, but still we've been waiting for it to come on in Yakima and Toppenish. So if you are susceptible to air quality issues, do take note. We will be seeing not the best air quality for the next couple of days for your weekend. That also means more fog for your weekend in the Blues, Mid-Columbia areas, possibly Yakima. Wind speeds are light. They're even nominal along the Blue Mountain region. This is unbelievable. We're kind of in the middle of two kind of weather patterns, way up to the north, way to the south. We're just kind of in the middle, getting nothing. We're getting no wind, and we're not getting any precipitation. So I guess that is the good news. We are looking mostly clear above us, or partly cloudy skies. And as we move along in our future cast, it is looking quite nice. It is going to continue to be nice for above us at least. The only problem is if you see fog coming in, it may not lessen its grip this weekend with that air stagnation, so you may not see the sunshine that is directly above us. So temperatures right now, 20s for the first time in our morning hours. Prosser, Hermiston, sometime 31 for the Tri-Cities. Other than that, we're just above the freezing mark. Hotspot, Yakima at 39. So our temperature trend, we're going to remain upper to mid 30s to mid to lower 40s for the week ahead. We've been seeing it all this week. It will continue well into our next work week. Hey, it's our countdown. 6 days left until the winter solstice. So winter hits next Thursday evening, shortest day of the year. Then our days will finally start to get longer. Christmas 10 days away, single digits starting tomorrow, and 2024 is only 17 days away. So our highs today, we are looking right in those mid to lower 40s across our areas, or in those upper 30s, as we're staying pretty darn cool for this time of year. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast quickly. We are looking, again, lower 40s, upper 30s, overnight lows around or just below the freezing mark. We hope to see some sunshine this weekend, and keep an eye out for that rain coming on Tuesday that could finally break up the kind of stalemate we are in, and more fog is expected for the Mid-Columbia and Walla Walla region, Blue Mountain region, at least for your weekend. So thick fog along the Blues this morning. We have clear skies above us. Hopefully we'll see some sunshine as we move along into our weekend, but air stagnation taking grip of Kittitas and the Yakima Valley areas.
There's a storm causing problems for millions of Americans today and through the weekend. The storms will impact at least 20 states. On the radar, heavy rain is falling from Texas to Iowa after snow fell across the Rockies. And in Florida, people are preparing for several inches of rain. The stormy conditions will eventually move up the East Coast. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
This morning, a major pre-holiday storm is threatening to disrupt travel plans for millions of Americans after dropping a foot of snow in New Mexico and causing treacherous driving conditions in Colorado. The head of the power grid in Texas reassuring residents that a repeat of 2021's power outage crisis will not happen this winter season.
The power grid is as ready and reliable as it has ever been for the winter season. We have more generating and dispatchable resources available to the grid than we have had in any prior winter in history. So we are ready for that.
The system is expected to help a new storm take shape in the eastern Gulf of Mexico tomorrow.
That's when things really get messy. Look at Florida again. You can't take any more rain. Orlando, Miami, all day Saturday, heavy rain, and the winds are going to start cranking up as well.
Flood watches and wind warnings have already been posted in parts of Florida, where heavy rain and wind gusts over 40 miles per hour are expected throughout the weekend. People are already preparing for flooding and possible storm surge, installing flood barriers along the beach in Fort Lauderdale. And some parking garages are lifting fees to allow residents to move their cars to higher ground. On Sunday, the storm's set to start making its way up the Atlantic coast, dropping several inches of rain in Georgia all the way up through Maine, complicating holiday travel for millions expected to travel in the lead up to Christmas. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, faith and education leaders are denouncing plans for an after-school Satan club at a Tennessee elementary school. But due to a 2001 Supreme Court ruling, their hands are tied.
During the holiday sale at Furniture Row, I could show you one sofa, one table, one mattress, even just one bed. But then you'd miss out on the hundreds of other sofas, tables, beds, mattresses, and accessories that make up Furniture Row's incredible selection and guaranteed lowest prices. And best of all, everything is on sale. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. Shop the holiday sale today, only at Furniture Row.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
A little over 10 years ago, my family and I decided to get involved with the Arc of Tri-Cities to work with the kids to have a good time. We would dance, we would do crafts. What I didn't know getting involved is how much it would impact me and our family's lives. We're blessed to live here and to work with local nonprofits, so it's really important to support those in need. I'm John Inman, and I'm driving change at McCurley.
Get financing as low as 0.9% on the new Mazda CX-90 during Season of Inspiration.
Give the gift of beautiful skin this season with skincare products from Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center. Choose from a variety of dermatologist-approved products proven to fight the harsh winter cold, target fine lines and wrinkles, and treat acne. Give the gift of healthier skin this holiday with luxurious skincare products from the Dermatology Center. Order online today at prosserhealth.org. Happy holidays.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $3,000 on the 2023 Nissan Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
Happy Hanukkah from Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back on this Friday morning. Well, a devilish situation is playing out in Memphis, Tennessee. A club named for a symbol of evil in many religions is causing some elementary school parents to see red while raising First Amendment questions. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, the controversy as an after-school Satan club comes to a Memphis elementary school next month.
These are very young children, and they're being used for a political agenda or some kind of agenda that has no place in our schools.
Memphis Shelby County Schools representatives spoke to concerned parents about how they don't approve of the club, but under a 2001 Supreme Court ruling, schools can't discriminate against a religious group based on their viewpoints and must allow them to rent space at Chimney Rock Elementary.
I do not endorse, I do not support the beliefs of this organization at the center of the recent headlines.
Officials say the Satanic Temple that will run the after-school Satan Club is a nonprofit organization and follow district protocols to apply for space.
The district does not discriminate against any legitimate nonprofit group based on religion or its beliefs.
Chimney Rock Elementary would be the group's 5th active club in the country. While leaders from the Satanic Temple insist they aren't teaching students anything religious, their beliefs are firm.
It's important to us that people do know that we self-identify as Satanists, even if we're not teaching Satanism, just so people have an idea that that perspective about what satanic practitioners are is completely wrong.
The club's director insists parents contacted them expressing interest.
We do a lot of community projects. We do a lot of STEAM type activities, science-based activities. And at the end of the day, we have decided not to teach about Satan.
The school district says children will need a signed permission slip to join.
The after-school Satan Club director says they can only operate in schools that already have other religious clubs. And Chimney Rock does have a Christian club. Since the announcement of the Satan Club's plans, there have been calls for all faith-based organizations to be banned from schools, but the interim superintendent vows that won't happen. Coming up, several terrorist suspects have been arrested in Denmark, Germany, and the Netherlands on suspicion of planning attacks on Jewish institutions and Jews themselves over the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with the lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Burning the candle at both ends this holiday season? Well, if it's Z's you need, the holiday sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. And right now, everything is on sale, like the budget-friendly Summit Queen for only $332.49. Or check out Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now just $474.99. Get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years, no interest financing, and free shipping right to your doorstep. The holiday sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Hi, I'm Gino at Italstone.
Hi, I'm Andrew at Italstone. Excited to join my father's business, a true family business.
And we got great news for you. We just got a fantastic deal on quartz and granite slabs that we want to pass on to you. You will be shocked at the savings. Come and see us for a free estimate. You'll be glad you did. We are with you every step of the way.
Are you looking for a new car that's sporty, fun, practical, with great fuel efficiency? Check out the 2023 Kia Forte LXS at Overturf Kia and make a bold impression when you ride in style. Now, just $19,999. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that is on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Pasco Parks and Rec invites you to join in and get involved. They offer a variety of recreational classes and programs for all ages, preschool to adult. There's a class, event, or program to keep you moving. Sign up now for January through April classes. Register, reserve, or inquire today. Join all the special events Pasco Parks and Recreation has to offer. Learn more at PascoParksandRec.com. Get fit, have fun, do more with Pasco Parks and Rec.
Shop your Bi-Mart Christmas savings book now and save. Plus, pick up a copy in-store or find it on Bi-Mart.com. We'll help you tackle your gift giving for less. All Christmas food gift sets are 20% off. All pet toys are 25% off. Plus, save 30% on all winter gloves, hats, scarves, boots, robes, sleepwear, and slippers. Save more this Christmas season at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
U.S. officials are in Israel to find a way to wind down major combat in Gaza as Israel and the U.S. face increasing international alarm over devastation in the region. And the U.S. Treasury Secretary is laying out her plan to help repair the United States' relationship with China.
And we have more fog this morning and now stagnant air in our areas. I'll get you prepared for your weekend in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. It's December 15th. It's Friday. The weekend is here. Welcome to the weekend, everyone. Welcome to the weekend, Riley.
Thank you very much. Got to get through Friday, and then there we are.
That's right. And then next week is kind of really the ramp up to the holiday.
It really is.
So looking forward to all the festivities. Are you doing anything festive this weekend?
Festive this weekend? Not much. We're decorating, definitely decorating.
Okay, perfect. I'm having some ham. That's kind of festive, isn't it?
And you've got your football. I guess that's kind of football.
Yes. Well,
I meant festive.
Football and the holidays, it just goes together,
Yes.
including soccer in England. They play extra games. So if you're a sports fan.
More to watch while everyone's at home.
You got it. Quick look outside, everyone. And we do have clear skies in some areas, but we have the return of fog in many of our regions as well. So along the Blues, my goodness, it has been quite the week for folks in the Blues. We have 0% visibility in Pendleton. We have 10% visibility in Walla Walla, patchy fog through other areas. So beware that we are looking at more fog for your weekend as well. Yakima, you're going to be seeing highs lower 40s. Some sunshine today, but we do have an air stagnation advisory for Yakima, Ellensburg areas through Monday morning. So we could see fog starting to pop up in Yakima. For the Tri-Cities, we're going to be in the upper 30s today. That's the same story for Walla Walla. Fog could be holding on, and folks, we do look at plenty of sunshine for your weekend, but if the fog continues to kind of hold its grip, even though it is up in the air, it'll keep us away from the sunshine. Hopefully it will break, but more fog is expected, at least in the morning hours this weekend. Some sunshine today and for your weekend, and that air stagnation. I'll get you caught up on all of that in my first alert weather forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
Turning overseas to Europe, where authorities have announced the arrests of 7 people in connection to terrorism plots against Jewish institutions. German prosecutors say at least 4 suspects are members of Hamas. The arrests coming as the U.S. National Security Advisor held a high-stakes meeting with Israel's prime minister, pressing him to scale back Israel's ground offense against Hamas in Gaza. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
This morning, Europe on alert. Denmark's prime minister calling the situation extremely serious after the arrest of 3 people in her country accused of plotting terrorist attacks against Jewish people and Jewish institutions. In Germany, 3 more suspects now in custody and another detained in the Netherlands. German prosecutors saying all 4 are believed to be Hamas members and were arrested under suspicion of plotting anti-Jewish attacks. Hamas denying those suspects are connected to the militant group. European authorities saying they're now staying hyper-vigilant as the Israel-Hamas war stokes tensions. FBI Director Christopher Wray saying the U.S. is at its highest threat level since before 9/11.
We're working around the clock to identify and disrupt potential attacks by those inspired by Hamas's horrific terrorist attacks in Israel.
Back in Tel Aviv, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu meeting with U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan.
Thank you for your support.
As the death toll across Gaza grows, the White House says Sullivan is urging Israel to pursue what it calls a lower intensity operation and scale back its most intense fighting. A U.S. official confirming a New York Times report saying a lower intensity operation may involve the use of smaller groups of elite Israeli forces that would carry out more precise missions to find and kill Hamas leaders, rescue hostages, and destroy tunnels.
I want them to be focused on how to save civilian lives, not stop going after Hamas, but be more careful.
The Senate is planning to reconvene Monday to take up the president's defense funding request, which includes aid for Israel and Ukraine, and vote on it next week. Talks stalled over Republican demands to include tighter immigration policy. The chamber was preparing to begin their holiday break today. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is working to repair America's relationship with China. In a speech to business leaders Thursday, she's planning to reveal her 2024 game plan to do just that. It focuses on improving communications, pushing Beijing for greater transparency, ramping up regulatory collaboration, and tackling issues like terror financing and the flow of fentanyl.
But as the world's 2 largest economies representing 40% of global GDP, the U.S. and China together have an obligation to drive collective action for the benefit of people and economies around the world.
The U.S.-China relationship is one of the most important bilateral relationships on the planet. It hit a low point in February when President Joe Biden ordered a Chinese spy balloon flying over the East Coast to be shot down. But tensions have eased in the recent months, and now U.S. officials are hoping to build on that momentum. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, we have fog, we have sunshine today, and we have air stagnation advisories. Folks, we have a lot going on. Let me get you ready for your weekend and my first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, when we come back, we'll take a look at a Forbes survey that listed the top dog breeds in the country by state.
Snowshoeing on Fly the Northwest. Kept gave you local news at 6 Tuesday.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $3,000 on the 2023 Nissan Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with, and not worth it. You deserve something better and better. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance.
We have plans with as low as $0 out-of-pocket premiums, a network of local doctors, and a rewards program for making healthy choices.
Nice.
That's why we're America's #1 marketplace health insurance. So call us or go online now. And Better Health. On a mission for better.
Police say the 16-year-old shot both of his parents.
Now, inside the courtroom and the shocking new evidence.
You gotta be kidding me. Whose blood is this?
All-American Murder, 2020, tonight on ABC.
Next ET, we're in London with Jason Momoa talking Aquaman's return and possible end.
It's not looking too good.
Plus, only ETs with Dick Van Dyke at his star-studded tribute.
I'll never forget it.
Next ET.
Before it went through decades of design work, your mattress started with the most important detail of all, our name. Stearns & Foster, Uncover Exceptional.
Mattress Depot USA.
Stacy Lee, her father's family homesteaded near Dayton more than 100 years ago. She moved to the Tri-Cities to start a career in broadcasting in the 90s and has called it home ever since. Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. She's local.
Our local experience is the difference.
And on your side.
Next Live.
Yeah, it's about to get really ugly up in here.
Live's Holiday Sweater Party with Elizabeth Banks from Migration. Plus, Catherine McPhee performs.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Well, what breed of dog is perfect for you is highly subjective.
I would say so.
Forbes Advisor asked the question to 10,000 dog owners, and it found it varies widely by where you live.
German Shepherds scored #1 in most states, 16 of them, but for people who live in the most populous states of California, Florida, and Texas, and the state of Washington, Bernese Mountain Dogs took the top spot.
Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen a Bernese Mountain Dog here in Washington.
Yeah.
Well, take it all with a grain of salt because the American Kennel Club found French Bulldogs were the most popular breed in the U.S. last year, but Forbes' survey didn't show Frenchies as ranking in the top 3 for any state. And for reasons that aren't explained, Havanese came in last place for 33 states.
Oh. Well, that's sad. The most popular answer in the survey is probably the most correct, that no breed in particular is best. There's some breeds, though, that are worst.
No.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you figure that one out. I don't want to make anybody mad.
I'm a big fan of Chihuahuas. People might not be. I know it's a very controversial dog breed for some people. Like, they're annoying, they're small, they're ankle biters.
Sure.
Sometimes all of those are true.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're adorable, precious little angel babies.
I just don't like people who keep them in their purses.
There you go.
Quick look outside. All of your First Alert weather forecast will get you ready for your Friday coming right up.
And this month, leaders from around the world gathered for the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai, also known as COP28. We'll give you a quick recap. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Whether you celebrate mistletoe magic in a Cadillac XT5, festive gatherings in a Cadillac XT4, or reinventing traditions in a Cadillac XT6, this holiday season, Cadillac is celebrating you.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $2,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
Every Friday in the tank.
15 years, never seen anything like this.
New dreams come true.
I'm trying to build a legacy for my family.
That's the beauty of Shark Tank.
I didn't know I was gonna cry right now.
I believe in you.
Shark Tank, new tonight on ABC.
A little over 10 years ago, my family and I decided to get involved with the Arc of Tri-Cities, a fantastic local nonprofit that serves kids and adults with developmental disabilities, to work with the kids to have a good time. We would dance, we would do crafts, we'd always feed them some kind of really healthy meal like pizza. But what I didn't know getting involved is how much it would impact me and our family's lives. Really getting an opportunity to meet these young people that love unconditionally, to be in a relationship with somebody like that has been life-changing for us. We're blessed to live here and to work with local nonprofits. So for us, it's really important to get involved, to volunteer, to create a place where everybody's included, support those in need. I'm John Inman, and I'm driving change at McCurley.
See all our new vehicle specials, like on the new Mazda CX-90 at McCurleyMazda.com during the Season of Inspiration.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Starting to see first light, and yes, we are having a little bit of fog coming into some of our areas, especially along the Blues. Walla Walla now at 0% visibility, half a mile visibility in Walla Walla, quarter of a mile visibility in Pendleton, 60% visibility in parts of Tri-Cities, 80% in Hermiston. Keep an eye out for that fog, especially along the Blues, and we do expect more fog for your weekend. We also have an air stagnation advisory for the Kittitas and Yakima Valley areas. That's good till 10 a.m. on Monday. So do take care if you're susceptible to air quality issues. And we're seeing a little bit of moderate air coming into Toppenish. It was into Yakima just an hour ago. So we're keeping a close eye on that air quality because it should be taking a bit of a turn for the worse over your weekend. We've been anticipating it with the lack of wind. And speaking of lack of wind, we have not much wind this morning, and that is going to continue really for the foreseeable future into our next work week and into our first, day of winter next Thursday. So get ready for light winds. That means more fog this weekend. So on our radar, we are pretty clear above us. You could see some starshine as you're heading on out, but not as much since we're seeing first light. We should see some sunshine today unless that fog releases its grip. And look at this, folks. We have plenty of sunshine above us for the next couple of days, well into our weekend. But depending on that fog, and again, it could be 90% visibility, not too bad a fog, but it could keep us away from that sunshine. And that will be the case as we see very stagnant air starting to build up. So current temperatures, we're below the freezing mark, even in the 20s, coolest we've seen in 2 weeks. Prosser, Hermiston, 31 for Tri-Cities. Other than that, we're just above the freezing level for the rest of our areas. Our hot spot, Yakima. And for our temperature trend, we're going to be a little below or a little above our average temperatures for all of our cities, and really mid to upper 30s, mid to lower 40s for the week ahead, if not beyond. Hey, 6 days away from the winter solstice. Christmas Day, 10 days away. New Year's Day, 17 days away. Let's take a look at our highs today. Lower 40s, upper 30s across the board. A little bit cooler for the Mid-Columbia and a little bit cooler as well for the Blue Mountain region. So 7-day forecast for Yakima. Lower 40s, upper 30s for the week ahead. That shower system coming Tuesday could finally break things up as we'll see a little bit warmer conditions starting there. Other than that, we're going to be a bit chilly and overnight lows at or below the freezing mark. Tri-Cities area, overnight lows will start an upswing later on next week. Fog is expected for this weekend, so definitely keep an eye out for that. In Walla Walla, we're seeing 0% visibility right now, and we do expect fog to continue as we move along in our weekend. So despite sunshine being above us today, tomorrow, Sunday, we might miss out on it. Just depends on how thick or how hard that fog keeps hold. Air stagnation advisory, Kittitas and Yakima Valley through Monday morning. Other than that, we're looking at lower 40s, upper 30s. Besides the fog, we should see some sunshine.
Leaders from around the world gathered in the United Arab Emirates this month for the UN Climate Summit. In the end, they left with a new agreement on how the world's nations should respond to the climate crisis. ABC's chief climate correspondent Ginger Zee has more.
After 2 weeks of meetings and debate, COP28 has wrapped in Dubai. The final agreement, dubbed the UAE Consensus, is being hailed as a historic signal for the world's nations to move away from burning fossil fuels for energy.
This is a sea change moment, but it doesn't mean you've solved everything overnight. We have to keep pushing.
There were some other wins touted at the conference, with an historic first-day agreement to establish a fund to help nations most vulnerable to climate change respond to its impacts. Climate activists have also praised some of the agreements that reduce methane emissions and increase renewable energy. But climate scientists say the world is still far off track to meet its climate goals.
It's also clear that just by producing renewable energy and not providing regulatory and other method to decrease fossil fuel use, we won't get to the outcome we need. We won't reduce emission by 50% by 2030.
I'm Ginger Zee.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, weight loss warning.
As a drug becomes more and more used in the community, inevitably people will accidentally take it incorrectly or have side effects from it.
Since 2019, the percentage of patients receiving a semaglutide prescription has increased well over 900%, a surge led largely by their use helping patients lose weight. Charles McPherson has been taking Ozempic since April to manage his diabetes, but he says he initially took the wrong dosage, and this morning he's sharing that experience with GMA.
It's like I had the flu or something. I still didn't feel well for a couple of days, so I went into the emergency room.
It's really important to make sure that you're not making any mistakes.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert advice on the most common dosing errors and the symptoms to watch out for. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
This is a hot flash. This is a hot flash. But this is a not flash. There's big news for women going through menopause. Veoza, a prescription treatment for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, the medical name for hot flashes and night sweats. With hormone-free Veoza, you can have fewer hot flashes and more not flashes. Veoza is proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night. For some women, it can start working in as early as 1 week. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Increased liver blood test values may occur. Your doctor will check them before and during treatment. Most common side effects include stomach pain, diarrhea, difficulty sleeping, back pain, and hot flashes. I get a good feeling. Ask your doctor about hormone-free Veoza and enjoy more not flashes.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Major changes are on the way for a busy stretch of Richland's downtown corridor. Senator Maria Cantwell's office announced Richland is getting over $11 million earmarked for safety improvements on George Washington Way and Jadwin Avenue. This grant comes after there's been over 500 crashes along this corridor within the last 5 years, resulting in 4 deaths and over 150 injuries. Now safety upgrades are on the way to try to make George Washington Way and Jadwin Avenue safer. The cold temperatures and the introduction of potentially flammable materials in the house can lead to an increased risk of house fires. So how can you keep your home safe? If you're a fan of the real tree at Christmas, make sure the tree you choose is a healthy one by shaking it, and if you see a bunch of needles fall, avoid it. Make sure you keep your tree properly watered and cared for. And finally, make sure any items you choose to adorn your tree are safe, especially the Christmas lights. 15 months and $13 million later, construction on the Yakima Nation Multipurpose Justice Center is finally complete. Federal, state, tribal, county, city, and community leaders attended yesterday's ribbon cutting at the Yakima Nation Multipurpose Justice Center. The new facility is made up of 3 additional areas built onto the existing jail, a brand new police station, Justice Services Administration, and courthouse. Law enforcement officers found a 21-year-old man from DuPont, Washington, dead Monday evening in an apartment on campus at Evergreen State College. The 2 other Evergreen State students who got sick have been released from the hospital after both of them had signs of potential carbon monoxide poisoning. According to Washington State Patrol, a forensic engineering firm that specializes in carbon monoxide investigations, examined the apartments where these students were found. The cause of death has still not been released. Dozens of Evergreen State College students took part in an on-campus vigil Wednesday to remember the man who died, 21-year-old Jonathan Rodriguez. The most outspoken of his friends hold the administration accountable for his death. The executive vice president of Evergreen State College says their specialists are making arrangements for another round of tests, but the students bought their own carbon monoxide detectors and installed them in their campus homes. There have been new developments regarding the future of the Moscow home, where 4 University of Idaho students were found murdered in November of last year. In 2 weeks, construction crews will begin demolition on the house while students remain on Christmas break. Suspect Brian Koberger's defense team showed up at the house yesterday to gather photos, measurements, and drone footage of the area to prepare for the trial in which Koberger faces the death penalty.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. Starting to slowly see some light come in. We have some mostly clear skies for some of our areas, but you wouldn't know that because we have quite a lot of fog throughout. We have 10% visibility right now in Walla Walla, 0% visibility in Pendleton, and some patchy fog in other areas. Please give yourself some extra time. We also have an air stagnation advisory that is new this morning through Monday morning at 10 a.m. That is good for the Kittitas and Yakima areas. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on air quality. This does mean air quality will most likely be taking a dip. We're starting to see some moderate air coming into that area. And again, if you're suffering from air quality issues, do take note. The weekend should be a little bit challenging. One of those reasons is we're not seeing any fresh air coming into our areas, and we're continuing to see light winds, and that's going to continue at least into our next work week, even as we reach winter on Thursday. But we could see a little bit of a change as we get to Tuesday next week with a little bit of shower activity. So as I said, currently we are mostly clear above us, and we expect to see sunny skies today, tomorrow, and Sunday. But we expect widespread fog for the weekend as well, so you might not be able to see any of the sunshine. Hopefully it does break loose. So as we move along in our morning hours, we're pretty chilly out there. 20s, upper 20s, Prosser, Hermiston, 31 for Tri-Cities. Other than that, we're above the freezing mark. And let's take a look at those highs today. Mid to lower 40s for the Yakima Valley. Over in the mid-Columbia, upper 30s, lower 40s. And the Blue Mountain region, a little cooler today, upper 30s as well. So hopefully your area will see some sunshine, but foggy conditions will continue over the weekend, as well as those air stagnation advisories for Kennewick and Yakima. Riley.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest.